Yo, bro, let me tell you the craziest thing that ever happened to me in my whole damn life. I swear on everything. If I didn't live through it myself, I'd call whoever told me this a straight up liar. But nah, this is 100% real. Grab your coffee, your tea, your joint, whatever you need, because this story is long, and I'm not skipping a single detail. So it was a regular Thursday night. Well, Friday morning, actually. Like 3:17 a.m. or something stupid. I just come home from the studio. Dead tired. Ears still ringing from mixing beats all night. I'm dragging my feet up the stairs to my apartment on the 3rd floor. Keys jingling. Thinking only about my bed and maybe some leftover pizza. Normal night, right? I get to my door and I hear this tiny little sound. Like a hiccup? A squeak? I thought it was the neighbor's cat again. That fat orange thing always crying outside. But then it happens again. Only this time, it's clearly a baby. A straight up newborn baby crying. Soft, but panicked, like it's scared. I freeze. My key is literally in the lock, and I'm just standing there like an idiot, thinking, nah, no way. Somebody's phone is playing a baby crying ringtone or some dumb prank. But it keeps going, and it's coming from right in front of my door. I look down, and there's a car seat. Like one of those gray and pink ones with the little sunshade thingy. And inside, wrapped in a white blanket with tiny yellow ducks on it, is the tiniest human I've ever seen in my life. Red face, eyes squeezed shut, little fists balled up, crying her heart out. I'm not gonna lie. My soul left my body for a solid 5 seconds. I just stared. Couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. My brain blue-screened. All I could think was, who the hell leaves a whole baby on the 3rd floor like it's an Amazon package? Then I see the note. It's tucked under the blanket, folded in half. My name written on the outside in purple gel pen. Auntie Maya. My real name's Maya, by the way. Only family calls me Auntie Maya. And right then and there, my stomach dropped so hard, I almost threw up last night's tacos. I snatched the note with shaking hands and open it. Layla. My little sister Layla, who I hadn't heard from in almost 8 months. Who ghosted everybody after she started dating that psycho dude everyone told her to leave. Who stopped answering calls, texts, Instagram DMs. Nothing. Just vanished. And now, this. I look at the baby again. She's calmed down a little. Probably because it's cold in the hallway and she felt me standing over her. She's got these big-ass cheeks and a little curl of black hair sticking out the blanket. And when she opens her eyes, for half a second, they're the exact same hazel green as Layla's. That's when I started crying like a damn baby myself. On my knees in the hallway at 3 a.m., snot running, holding this tiny human that just got dropped into my life like a bomb. I scooped up the whole car seat, brought her inside, locked the door with all 3 locks. Yeah, I'm paranoid. Sue me. And just sat on the living room floor staring at her. She fell asleep almost immediately. Little mouth open, tiny snores. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, Maya, you have no kids. You live off Red Bull and Beats. Your apartment smells like weed and Chinese food. What the hell are you supposed to do now? I checked the car seat for anything else. Diaper bag. More scuff. Formula. ID. Anything. Nothing. Just the baby, the blanket, and that note. So I did the only thing I could think of. I called Mom. It's 3:30 a.m. now. Phone rings twice. Maya? Baby, what's wrong? Mom always answers fast when it's me calling late. She knows I don't do that unless it's bad. Ma, I need you to come over. Right now. Please don't ask questions on the phone. Just come. She was at my place in 18 minutes. Record time. She still had her headscarf on and bedroom slippers. The second she walks in and sees the car seat, her hand flies to her mouth. Oh my Lord! Maya! Whose baby is that? I just handed her the note. She read it once, then again. Then she looked at the baby, looked at me, and started crying too. We both just sat there on the floor, crying over this random, tiny human who just became the center of our universe. Mom was the one who snapped us out of it. She picked the baby up like she'd done it 1,000,000 times. Because she has. She's got 6 kids and 10 grandkids already. And said, first things first, she needs a diaper change and something to eat. We'll figure the rest out after. That night, morning, we discovered 3 things. 1. The baby's name is Amara. There was a little hospital bracelet. She was maybe 3 weeks old. Tops. She was perfect. Like, suspiciously perfect. Didn't cry much. Slept good. Smiled in her sleep. Almost too good. By 6 a.m., we gone to Walmart. Yeah, the 24-hour one. And dropped $400 on diapers, formula, bottles, onesies, everything. Mom kept saying, we're just getting essentials until we find Layla. But we both knew, deep down, something was really wrong. Because the note didn't just say protect her. It said they're coming. And I still didn't know who they were. But I was about to find out. You want me to keep going? Because trust me, this is only the first 10 minutes of the longest week of my entire life. So yeah, Mom stayed with me the whole first day. We didn't sleep. We just took turns holding Amara, feeding her, staring at her, like she was gonna disappear if we blinked too long. Every time the hallway floor creaked, I jumped like somebody was coming to kick the door in. Mom kept saying, Maya, breathe, baby. Nobody knows she's here. But I wasn't buying that. Not after that note. Around noon, I finally worked up the courage to call Layla's last known number. Straight to voicemail. The inbox was full. I tried her old Instagram, her Snapchat, even the dusty Facebook she hadn't touched since 2019. Nothing. Radio silence. Then I did something I swore I'd never do. I texted Rico. Rico is Layla's ex, not the psycho one, the one before that. He's a low-level weed dealer who still had a crush on her and always knew everybody's business. If anybody had heard anything, it was him. Me, yo Rico, it's Maya. You heard from Layla at all? Rico, damn, been in it. Nah, last time I saw her, she was with that creepy dude Marcus. Why? What's good? Me, disappearing how? Rico just gone. No bodies, no posts, nothing. I'm talking girls he used to kick it with. You sure you want to find her right now? My hands were shaking so bad, I almost dropped the phone. Mom saw my face and took it from me, read the messages, and her eyes got real wide. Maya, we gotta call the police. Ma, we can't. What if they take Amara? What if they put her in the system and we never see her again? Layla said only I can protect her. She wouldn't say that for no reason. Mom didn't argue. She just nodded slow, like she already knew we were in too deep. That night, Amara woke up screaming, like full-on horror movie screaming. Not normal baby crying. It was the kind that makes your blood freeze. We both ran to the crib we'd set up in my bedroom. She was stiff as a board, eyes wide open, staring at the door. I picked her up, and she clung to me like she'd seen a ghost. And that's when I heard it. Not loud, almost polite. But at 2:47 a.m.? Hell no. Mom whispered, "Don't answer it." I wasn't planning to. I grabbed my Glock from the shoebox under the bed. Don't judge me, I live in the hood. And stood by the door, heart pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. The knocks stopped. Then a man's voice, calm, almost kind. Maya, we know she's in there. Open the door. We just want the child. I ain't never been so scared and so pissed at the same time in my life. I put the chain on, cracked the door just enough to see. Gun behind my back. There's 2 dudes in the hallway, both tall, both wearing black hoodies, faces half hidden. One of them had this weird tattoo on his neck. Looked like an eye inside a triangle with a snake wrapped around it. I said, y'all got 5 seconds to get away from my door. The one with the tattoo smiled. Actually, smiled. Violence won't help, Maya. The child doesn't belong to your bloodline. Hand her over and no one gets hurt. I slammed the door, locked it, deadbolt, chain, everything. Mom was already in the bedroom with Amara, phone in hand, ready to dial 911. But before she could, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. A video. I played it. It's Layla. She's in a dark room, tied to a chair. Face bruised, lip bleeding. She's crying, but trying to stay strong. She looks straight at the camera and says, "Maya, if you're watching this, they already found you. Don't give them Amara. She's special. They need her for the ritual on the new moon. There's only 1 week left. Please, keep her safe. I love you." The video ends with her screaming as someone drags her away. I dropped the phone. And we had 6 days until the new moon. I looked at Mom. She looked at me. We didn't say it out loud, but we both thought the same thing. We gotta disappear. Like, tonight. Grab Amara, grab the diaper bag, grab the cash I had stashed in the studio safe, and bounce. No plan, no destination, just gone. But first, I needed answers, and there was only one person crazy enough to help me get them. My homeboy, Dre, who used to run with some real occult dudes back in the day, before he found Jesus and became a barber. I hit him up at 3 a.m. like a psycho. Me, Dre, I know it's late, but I need you. Bring your Bible and your burner. I'll explain when you get here. Dre, girl, it's 3 a.m. Me, bring both, or I'm dead. Dre, on the way. 20 minutes later, Dre rolls up in his Charger with a Bible in one hand and a .38 in the waistband of his sweats. I open the door. So I told him everything. The baby, the note, the knocks, the video, the tattoo, all of it. Dre listens without interrupting once. When I finish, he closes his eyes, rubs his temples, and says the sentence that changed everything. Maya, that tattoo, that's the Order of the Serpent's Eye. They ain't just a cult. They're the real deal. And if they want that baby, she ain't regular. He opened the Bible, flipped to a page he had bookmarked, and pointed to a verse I'd never seen before. Then he said, "Your niece ain't just special. She might be the key to some prophecy they've been waiting hundreds of years for. And they will burn the whole city down to get her." I laughed, like a crazy person. Because what else you gonna do at that point? Then I said, "So what do we do?" Dre looked me dead in the eyes and said, "We go to war."